I also have like a follow-up question on that to see if I'm sabotaging, like self-sabotaging myself.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so update is I went and met his friends, like I told you. It was a good time. Um, Talked a lot. They seem to like me. I like them, so they're very welcoming. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up kissing, right, as he was walking
Mm.
me to my car. However,
Hey.
it wasn't what I wanted or what I expected.
Uh-oh. Why not?
It was a peck. It was a. I wanted.
Right.
So I like after all this time, I felt like the least you could do.
You want to get pregnant.
No,
You
not
just
before
want to get
marriage.
pregnant.
However, I felt like after all of this roundabout, a peck wasn't what I expected. Um, so I did say it because my mouth. I'm working on it, so it did come
Right.
out like, this isn't what I waited for.
Right. Yeah.
But it was like, since we had crabs, right? It was like crab night or whatever.
Okay.
So he was like, he doesn't feel comfortable French kissing after eating crabs, whatever. Roll my eyes.
That's
Exactly. Like, what does
that's
that mean? Like,
I
what are
mean,
you,
no,
what are we
that's
talking
that's
about?
fair. Breath was humming.
Whatever.
He probably was trying to tell you that your breath
Whatever.
stunk. That's what he was trying to. He was like, yeah, you had a little
I
bit of,
carry gum with me at all time. I am a lady.
there's a little Mr. Krabs going on, a little bikini bottom
I
on your breath.
am a lady. Um, but I don't know if I sense that he may have some type of like, I don't know, maybe he does see kissing as something super duper intimate,
Hmm.
you know?
What makes you think that?
So, because he said something like, um, something about giving the cooties. And I had to like side eye him, like, what do I look like? I don't just kiss anybody. I don't even like entertain just anybody. So
What do you mean? What was
no,
the
I won't have
context?
any type of.
What was the
Hmm?
context? What was the context of which he
It
said
was a
that?
joke. It was a joke. It was
Right.
after like the kiss, and I was like, that's not what I waited 5 dates or 6 dates for. So he
Okay.
said that as a joke.
Gotcha.
But still, I had to side eye him because like, don't ever put cooties and me in the same sentence. And
You,
listen, I mean it. My
come
reputation
on.
is very
Come on. You think he's
important
gonna
for me.
spread the fact that you have the cooties? No, he's just joking with you,
Exactly.
love. But no,
I know he
him,
was
him
joking. I
making
didn't
a.
take it serious, but I did side eye him for
So yeah,
sure.
what did you side him for?
Because like, why would you even say that? That's what I was like. Dang, are you scared to kiss? Did something ever happen in the past? Like, why would that even be a joke to begin with? Like, how did we get here?
No, I think he
Because
was.
in every joke, there's a little bit of truth in it. That's what I believe.
No, not necessarily. Not
Mm.
the way you're thinking about it. Um, I'll tell a woman to brush their teeth. I remember I was on set and I saw a woman was about to brush her teeth who I was attracted to. And I was like, yeah, I was going to let you know to do that. I'm glad you beat me to the punch, right? Just joking that her breath was stinking. I was just flirting with her. Her breath didn't stink at all. I was joking. There was no truth to it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so that's not true. I think what he said was very plausible, right? Him saying, we just had crabs. I don't have gum. I get that you probably have it. I ain't got none. My breath's probably humming. That makes
Mm.
sense to me. That makes sense.
After like 6 dates, though, I feel like it doesn't matter at that point. If it
But
was date 1 or 2, I get it. It's like, oh my god, his breath was fishy. But like, we know each other
that ain't how that works. What are you talking about?
long enough. Okay.
No,
Maybe it's just me then.
people, that would make sense if like y'all been kissing a lot, and now it don't matter
Mm.
no more. Now you can get the morning breath smooches on because y'all done been so intimate. Y'all haven't been intimate at all. So it's like now you're looking for reasons to exit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you might really call me out on the second thing then.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're definitely looking for reasons to exit right now. Um, I get it, but he progressed. That's a progression. I would look at it like, okay, let's see, especially considering that you just met his friends.
Yeah.
It's the time for you to bail. Time for you to start looking for the exit.
Oh God, I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Okay, okay,
Right.
okay. So I
So.
gotta calm down and relax.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So the second thing, and let me know if this is still my brain, making excuses on wanting to find a way to not move forward.
Hmm.
But I'm noticing that he may have an issue with my communication style. I'm very direct, right? Like I don't really hold my intrusive thoughts like that. Sometimes I do. I'm working on it,
Hmm.
but I'm also very sarcastic. So if something is awkward, I'm not going to let the awkwardness prevent me from saying it, only because I want to remove it, right? Versus behaving oddly because of the elephant in the room, I'll be the person to say, "Hey, look at the elephant," so we can laugh and keep it pushing. That's just me.
Right.
But I'm sensing that, like, based on like his past relationships, he views it as you are attacking me or you're judging me, right? So he's
Mm.
immediately on the defensive.
Hmm.
And we've kind of had the conversation before where he's told me that it's different and it's new. That when we have conversation where we don't agree, at the end of the conversation, he realizes that like I'm not against him. It's like I'm truly just curious
Right.
and wanting to understand him better, right?
Right.
But like I noticed, and he was like, with his previous relationship, it was root for argument. But like with us, it doesn't get there. It's just a conversation where we don't agree.
Uh huh.
So for me, I'm looking at it as that's a point of incompatibility because I don't plan on changing. You know, yes, I'm trying to be a bit more tactful and graceful with my way of speech, but at the end of the day, too, I don't walk on eggshell around people. So I'm not going to, I don't know, quiet my mouth a bit more to make you comfortable because that's a trigger for you.
Is that what he said? Did he ask
No,
you to do that?
that's what I'm saying. No, he didn't.
Okay. So
That's just me.
what's the problem?
He keeps bringing conversations around that.
Okay. And then the last time I had the conversation, what did he say?
Okay, so I'm trying to. Okay. Maybe that was a little messed up. So, okay. So, since he ate a bunch of crabs, like I don't eat seafood like that. So, I only have like maybe one crab, and he had like maybe 14. So, his belly got bigger. And then he had wine too. So, he was a little bloated. So, I was like, haha, look at your belly, your food belly. You enjoyed the crabs, didn't you? So he was like, there's just certain things that you can observe and just not say it. He's like, why do you always gotta say things like this? And so he brought that up today in conversation.
Right.
After, but like, it was meant to be like funny. So and then I followed up with, I have a belly fetish. I don't, but it was just kind of like, and I was a little tipsy
But
too.
let's look at this though. So you pointed at something that was like a clear observation, right?
Yes.
But when he said you had cooties,
See, I don't like that. See what you're doing? I don't like that. I
right?
don't like that.
The
Okay.
cootie thing wasn't even real, and you took somewhat of offense to it. You pointed at his actual protruding belly.
But it wasn't even, listen, he's not big. He doesn't have a big belly. It was just that he ate and you have the little foot belly. It's not like he naturally has a big belly. He doesn't.
Right.
That's why I'm just kind of like, it's not a big deal. We've
Yeah.
all
It's
eaten.
it's not a big deal, but nor was the cootie thing. The cootie thing also wasn't a big deal, but you hung on to that and brought it to the light because it bothered you, right?
Give me 1 second.
Man's probably insecure about being obese because of some salmon.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
But granted, though, he used to be a model. So
Exactly.
if I think back, I'm like, okay, maybe he takes his body like
Mm-hmm.
really serious, and that may have been like a sore spot.
Right. Right. And
I
that's
didn't
part of
apologize though.
that's fine. But that's like that's just part of the growing pains of getting to know somebody. Right? You can't look at this as like, oh, we have a point of friction. That's the incompatibility. Yeah, you're gonna have incompatibilities with everyone. Everyone. You're not gonna be perfectly compatible with nobody.
Okay.
Compatibility is just a measurement, it's a spectrum. It's a measurement by how much friction is going to occur in this relationship. So even the people who are most compatible still have friction in the relationship. You're looking at friction as a data point of like, this may not work out because he's gonna make me change, or yeah, you're going to have to change a little bit around the people that you're with. Also.
I
Also.
agree. I
So
just don't want it to be, if it's going to be that important for you, that it's going to trigger you every day. Is that really like a healthy environment to be in for the both of us?
no, you can if you're with someone who's a little bit sensitive, and I'm not even convinced that he is, but because that could have just been a trigger for him. But if you're gonna be with someone a little bit sensitive, the easy course correction is, hey, don't um don't make fun of things that have going on, right? Like there is very simple. We can make fun of people together, right? But like,
Okay.
okay,
Only
don't. And
for
I don't
us.
even think he's there. Like, this ain't even good enough evidence to even suggest that he's even that sensitive. But again, this is still just your fault finding.
Okay.
It's just your fault finding.
I am not offended by the Cudi comment. It wasn't. I just sided at him, but it wasn't. I didn't take it too hard or anything
I know.
like
I
that.
don't think you
It
took
was
it
just,
hard, but you still took
yeah,
it enough to notice it and bring it up.
not to him.
I know.
I'm just bringing it up to you because I'm giving you the time frame of what
Hmm.
happened. But no, it didn't piss me off or anything like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is all boiling down to like, you just made some sort of progression in the relationship or in y'all's connection, and now you're a little bit activated, and you're preemptively looking for reasons why it won't work.
Okay, so even that is not an incompatibility
You've not
point.
shown me one red flag on this connection yet. If
All
anything, he's
right.
been very patient. Other men would have like dipped out the moment you were like, I'm not comfortable with physical touch. So
Okay.
he's been very patient. Sometimes you got to look at like the pros and cons also. You gotta look at the pros and
Yeah.
cons. Like, you think about it, you're abstaining for marriage. Um, you need a lot of patience with physical escalation.
Yeah.
So you're not coming from a place where it's like it's best to nitpick things, because there's a you're dating within a thin market, very
Okay.
thin market. You're not coming out the gate with like a hundred, like a lot of guys who are going to get in your program. So when you find someone who will, it's like, I would pay attention to the big problems, not like the little things you don't like.
True. Okay. That's what I wanted to ask you because I was like, I don't know if I'm trying to look for excuses or,
Mm-hmm.
this is actually something legit that I should be paying attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not running away. It was
I
just
get
more
it.
of a ding,
You've
ding,
you've
ding. Like,
changed.
okay,
You've
we
changed a
had this
lot, because
conversation a lot.
old Eva would have been like, I already left. I just wanted to
Oh,
see
yeah,
if I
yeah,
made
yeah.
the right
Absolutely.
decision.
That would be absolutely. You know what? You're right. It's just, this might not work.
Yeah.
You're right. Let's just, I wish you the best.
All
You're
right.
right.
All right. So you're making progress. It's like, it's good. You're course correcting. You didn't like go cold to him or anything like that.
No, I didn't. I was very open.
Right.
We had like a good conversation about it to be continued because he had something else to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm finding out that he might be either fearful avoidant or avoidant.
Why
So
do you
forget the anxiety
why
thing.
why do you think that?
Because he told me, he was going to call me back after the gym. And I was like, yeah, maybe, because I like to read. So if you're calling me during my reading time, I probably won't answer. And he was like, I actually appreciate you saying that because sometimes I need my space. And, there's going to be time when I'm going to want to be in my corner and not be bothered, And I was like, oh, okay. And then I asked him, do you know your attachment style? And he was like, he's never heard of it. So now he's pestering me to like tell him more about it. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Here we go.
You haven't given me any kind of attachment red flags. Just because somebody wants their space you can't look at everything from a lens of attachment, right? So like me, I'm neurodivergent, ADHD. I need personal space in order to like recharge my batteries. We don't even recharge our batteries effectively like when sleeping. So I have to have time where like I decompress and no one bothers me. I'm not avoidant though. I'm not avoidant at all. But I still need like my space.
Okay. All right. When he said that, I was like, oh, that sounds like me.
Hmm.
Because I told you if I'm reading and you're calling me, that's because I need my space. That's my me time. Don't bother me. But
Right.
okay, cool. All right. So no red flags. Keep on keeping on.
It's all green, baby. It's all green.
I keep you updated
All right.
or whatever. All right. Thank
All
you.
right, Eva. Take care, love.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Eva might be the first one married, people. I thought it was gonna be CC, but she wanted to be in the streets. So all the money is on. We're going all in on Eva. Songa, what's going on, man? Long time no see. You got the Cisco popping. Hey, she had thumbs like a truck. What's going on, bro?
Oh, Naila.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So, you know, okay. Before you get mad, yeah. So there's Let me just start with the story from this part. Of course, the last situation, no contact completely, and all that, you know. So, and like the healing had actually started because it got to a point whereby even the anger was gone. Like I was like, it was not even a factor in my mind, right?
Right.
But because of how attached things were, a lot of people still believe that, are you sure? Are you sure you're done? So last week, this girl hits me up on Instagram. It's a girl I've known for a few years. We've followed each other for a few years. She asked me out to lunch. Then I'm like, of course, I'd love to. So we go for lunch, and the conversation is going really well, and all this. I could tell she was trying to poke at that question, but I'm not trying to talk about a past situation with a possible future situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it was like, "Are you sure you're over your ex?" Then I was, I was just trying to say, "Yeah, whatever happened," and diverting. Tell me why. While we're having lunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get a call from a number I don't know, right? And I'm not trying to pick it up because when we're on a date, and that's rude.
Right.
But then now she insists, she's like, just go ahead and answer it. So I, I answered the call, right?
Mm-hmm.
And guess who it is?
Who? Your ex?
Dracula, the ex, the neck biter.
Right. Right.
So I at first I couldn't tell who it was, and she's like, "Oh, don't be in Kiswahili, like, oh, don't be mad, don't hang up." I still couldn't tell until it hit me. So I'm like, da da da, and then like, I'm in a meeting. I can't talk right now. Then she's like, "Oh, but it's an emergency." I'm like, "Just text me. It's a meeting." Then I hang up, and now I was just honest. I'm like, "Yes, that's my ex." Now imagine the optics of trying to explain to this girl that, till I even started wondering, is it like she has a chip in me? But then, now fast forward a few days, yeah? Now she calls me, and she's like, "Hey, don't whatever, don't hang up, don't whatever. I just want to talk to you for 3 minutes." And that time I was heading out to meet my friends. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm just getting ready, then I'll pass by. So I went, and she was like, "Oh, basically she apologized, saying that she's taking, like, trying to take accountability, and she realized she's broken or whatever, all this, she's sorry for everything that she did, blah 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 blah." And I was okay. I'm like, no worries, it's cool, and all that. Then something interesting happened. She was like, "I know you hate me," and I was like, "I don't hate you. Like, I don't hate you at all. I actually wish you all the best." And she mentioned that the current situation she's in, she's finding herself in the same situation that she was with me, and she realized that it's a problem. I'm like, okay, it's cool. At least you're taking accountability. You're whatever, you're owning up to it and all that. the mistake that I realized that I made, but it wasn't a mistake, is. But the one thing that I'm proud of myself, though, I'm truly proud, is, let's just say things escalated to the point whereby she wanted us to, but I was just like, no. And it's not that, how do I put this in a polite way? It's not that the flag wasn't waving proudly. It was, but something in my mind was just telling me, no, this is, like, it's not the right thing. It's wrong to do it, yeah? So I decided, like, I really fought back, and I was proud of myself. And how then I had to leave. She said she doesn't want me to leave. I'm like, I have to leave, but after my friends, I'll pass by. So I go, I hang out with my friends, and I don't know what took me back. We go, we chill, we are talking, and she makes a comment about how she can't stay because she needs to have a call with the current situation, right? And I was like, no worries, it's cool. So as I'm walking back, now she's like, oh, don't change, don't be mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. Oh, but your energy has changed. And I'm like, okay, so did you want me to do like a song and dance? Like, wow, you get. But I was like, she's trying to, but through this whole thing, what I realized is the spark that was there, it's like it's died off, right? Because even when we were kissing, it didn't feel the same. And then it's like in my mind, I was just like, wait, this is not the person. Either this is not the person that she was, or she has never been that person. It was this whole idea that I'd created in my mind. And I can remember as now I was walking up, I kicked her out, but very politely, because I actually escorted her, and she came back, and I kicked her out again and escorted her, just to make sure she gets home safe. And then I told her something. I'm like, okay, do me a favor. The next time you feel it like in your heart, you want to open up, you're looking for closure, kindly don't call my phone. And the reason why I'll say I'm happy this thing happened is that I realized that I no longer have anywhere close to the same feeling and attachment to what was there.
What's Songo, what's the question here, brother?
The question that I think it's more of an update. What I was saying is that I realized by going back this time and how I reacted, okay, not going back, but by entertaining her this time, I realized that there's no longer anything there.
Okay, I don't buy it.
Why don't you buy it?
Because every time you update me on the situation, you have a very poetic way of describing the situation. The way that you talk, it is above your actual level of development. So you talk in a way that's like super mature, super like enlightened, but you're not there yet. Because you keep going back to her. Every time you go back to her, you come back with like, I realized this and I'm glad that it happened. And the lesson I learned is, and then you'll call back in like, I went back with her. It's like, well, did you forget the last insight you had? Did you forget the last aha moment? So you entertained her again. The last time we talked, it was like, I'm not going to talk to her anymore. You even told me that you've told her multiple times before not to contact you anymore. But the way that you just, right, but the way that you just explained that, you explained it to me as if like you had this realization and you told her, you made a moment of it in this story. Like, I told her not to contact me anymore. Like it was like the climax of the entire story. You've told her that multiple times before. So y'all are playing out the same loop. It's the same pattern. Nothing has changed. You're playing out the exact same pattern where you get with her again and then you have this aha moment, and then you romanticize the aha moment like it's this big growth that has occurred, and then a month or so later you're back to talking to her for some reason. You just have to stop. It's time to put up or shut up in this situation. You just have to stop talking to her. That's what would be the thing, not some poetic exposition around like what lesson you learned. The thing that's going to actually showcase the growth now is like, I've not talked to this woman in 10 months. Last time she called me from an unknown number, I knew it was her. I hung up immediately and blocked that number too. That's where Songa needs to get. Not like, hello, who is this? Text me. You already opening the door. Why you open the door after that? If you knew who it was and you knew you didn't want to talk to her, why open? Why even say text me? Why are you even trying to communicate? Why are you even entertaining it?
Okay, interesting. I guess your point. So the one thing I'll say is this: the next time I come up here, it will not be about the same thing.
I want it to be about the same thing. You can tell me about something else, but I want a quick update on this where it's like I've not talked to her in months. And then move on to whatever new situation you're in. But it's like just update on the old situation. Me and her have not talked. Last time she called, I just hung up on her immediately and then blocked that number too. Right? Because the apology wasn't real. The apology was just a way to get you back over there. The apology was just a way to sleep with you. Right? It wasn't a genuine apology. So why even entertain it? You already know all of her moves because you've been dealing with her for so long. You know what she's doing.
Yeah.
But you're entertaining it like you don't know what she's doing.
True. Okay. Thanks. At least thanks for the clarity on the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be your mirror, bro, because I can tell by how you talk, you don't probably have a lot of people holding the mirror up to you because they buy into your words. They buy into what you're saying because you talk in a way that's very convincing, right? Which is a good thing. It's a good skill. But sometimes that means you can convince yourself of some growth that hasn't really occurred, right?
Yeah.
So the real growth will be behaving differently, which is you have not learned anything until you behave differently. Learning means my behavior is now different. If your behavior is the same, you ain't learned shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
But now, just I get that, and I agree with you, and I'm trying to why I believe, and I'm not trying to be convincing. Maybe it's a natural thing, but why I'd say to a certain extent the behavior has changed is the response. The response, because through the whole interaction, like there was something in my, because previously what was going through my mind was like, oh yes, we can steal this, that. But this time in my mind, the whole time, it's like, I was even in my mind and I was just like, no, like I'm saying, this is a lie, this is bullshit, this is, the one thing I'll agree with you though is that why the hell was I even there to begin with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters but that. So like I don't even hear the words. Even when you're talking to me, I'm only listening to the words to tell me what you did. That's where the truth is. The truth is in the behavior. So when we we take all the words out and we just look at what you did, there was no growth. There was just I did the same thing that I normally do.
If we're talking about what I did, think about it this way. At least I turned down that thing. I turned down like.
I'll give you that. I'll give you you didn't sleep with her. So yeah, I'll give you that. There's some growth there, but what I would like to see more than that is you don't entertain them at all.
Yeah.
I would like to see that you do not entertain her at all, right? Because if you were super horny, you probably would have still slept with her. If she caught you at the right moment when it was like really, really that time, you probably still would have went, or maybe not. Only you know the answer to that question. The point though is, you would have fully learned the lesson when you completely stop dealing with her. Period, because you know she's no good. This is someone who's going to remain no good unless there's like divine intervention. That's the type of woman you're dealing with. Unless divine intervention occurs, this is a demon. You feel me? So you just have to rid yourself of her. But this also goes into the whole validation trap that we talked about last time you called in. As long as you need that validation, you're susceptible to this. Because part of you likes that she's reaching out to you because it's showing that she desires you and you're wanted. Right? It shows that she wants you. That's very gratifying to the ego. Okay? So that's the deeper core of the problem. Yeah, we can say don't talk to her anymore, but you're still going to be susceptible uh, to her or other women like her if you still have that validation need to where women are a weakness for you.
Mm. And I think based off what you said the last time, I realized it was true. And what I'm trying to do right now is, seriously speaking, working on my relationship with Christ. Because, and especially Easter was so healing because the concept of, and I respect everyone's different beliefs and whatever, or even non-beliefs. But that concept, I'm choosing to find that love inside and that love from Christ. Yeah, and it's working very powerfully.
My man.
Maybe I need to pray a bit more. But thanks for the input. I'll be back.
Yes, sir.
In a few weeks.
I'm going to be looking for you, brother. I'm going to look for you, all right?
Keep up the good work, bro.
All right, son. You take care, brother. All right. Song is a good dude, man. We got to get him free of that wench. This person's name Nosy? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm good, yeah?
Good. What can I do for you?
Hmm?
All right. There it is. I love that response. What can I do for you? Huh? Go ahead and hang it up. Hang it up. Ay, ay, ay. All right, folks, what kind of questions do we got? I gotta start, like, the way I'm streaming on YouTube, I don't think it's helpful. I need to stream on YouTube where, like, they get the super chats and stuff so I can see, like, the chat on YouTube as well. Gotta figure that out. Zero tolerance policy. That person was a matchmaking person. Whenever people are confused as to what's going on, they're matchmaking. So, yeah, that's why we hung up. Why are we self-sabotage in the early stages? What are you talking about, CC? Please clarify what you mean by that. How's my night going? It's going good. It's going good. CC, what do I need you to type faster? What do you mean by that? Eve was ready to walk away. Trinity too. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because Eve was fearful avoidant. Ariana is, aka Trendy, is she might be like anxious with the avoidant behavior. It's possible. It's very possible. Because Ariana's trying to get her husband. She's looking for her Jay-Z. Or what's another like black power couple? Barack doesn't count. I guess Barack counts. She's looking for the Barack to her Michelle. I would say. All right, what other questions we got, people? We got a dating and relationship question or problem, just request up. We'll solve it. The Russell to her Sierra. It doesn't fit what she's looking for. She's looking for like a very intellectual who's also hyper successful. Not an athlete. Do people self-sabotage if not interested? No. If they're not interested, they're not interested. My fearful avoidance sabotages it for me every time I meet a good man. Yeah, you gotta overcome it. Like if you're like a real fearful avoidant, get that EMDR therapy, man. Don't wait. You likely would not solve that issue until you handle that trauma. Why this girl matched me and she's quiet. She might have liked your profile by accident, bro. It happens. It's happened to me before. Happened to me a few times. Wasn't an accident. You ever like someone on a dating app too quick? It's like, I didn't take a good look at you first. I should have taken a better look at you. What I'm seeing now, was I drunk when I was on Hinge? No more calls? No, I'm still taking calls if people will call in. Calls have been weird the past. They've been very feast or famine. But yeah, it's happened to me a few times when I was on Hinge. I'm not on Hinge now, but when I wasn't dating out, so I'm like, did I like you? Did you hack into my phone and like yourself? I don't recall. Remember the last time I was on Hinge, like apparently they can do like this whole thing where they send you, there's like a message that you can only read if you match with the person. So it's like you match with the person and then there's a message that is automatically sent to everyone who they match with. And one woman had like this long diatribe of like why she's abstaining. Interesting. Unmatched. Why are you wasting my time, beloved? What are you doing? This is Hinge. This is Hinge. What are we doing? Put that on your profile. Waiting for the match for. I don't even get the thought process there. I get the thought process of like, let me make this person like me first, then I'm gonna drop it on them. You informed me too early in the sequence. I don't like you yet. I haven't even talked to you. You might as well put this on your profile. Bumble has it where you have to send a message when you match. Because Bumble's been bleeding money. They've been bleeding money. That first, women send the first message on Bumble, fuck them all up. When I was on Bumble, like, I didn't like the design of Bumble. I didn't even like the design of Bumble. But I remember when I was with my ex, we had moved to a new city, and she got on Bumble BFF and met her like some friends. So she was like, "You should get on Bumble BFF too." I was like, "All right." I mean, it sounds kind of weird. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. She was like, "No, there's people up there. I've heard success stories." I'm like, "All right, I'll get on Bumble BFF." I got on Bumble BFF. It was a whole bunch of guys up there trying to hit these cheeks. They just wanted some cheeks on Bumble BFF. I said, "Oh." I knew it. I should have just guessed that, right? It's obvious what they're up there for. It was so funny because it's like, because I like do filmmaking and stuff like that, right? So there was a guy in Raleigh who I could tell he was a filmmaker too. So I was like, I'll probably connect with him because we can probably like, maybe he can be a videographer for like a short film that I make or something, right? I think he was a videographer. I went to his page and in his bio, the only thing in his bio was, "I am not gay." That's the only thing in his bio. He was like, "I am not gay." And it had an exclamation point. And I was like, why is he screaming that? Why does he feel the need to say that? I quickly found out why. That needed to be said so aggressively in his bio. I told my lady at the time, I said, yeah, I don't think this is how men can make friends. Maybe with your female friends it works that. With the guys, doesn't work that way. All right, we got a caller. Hello. All right. Motherfuckers in the shadow realm. What was all that noise? That's how y'all living like this? That's how you live? With someone scratching the fucking chalkboard? You just chilling in that environment? People live weird lives out here, bro. Anyway, on Bumble, here was the hack that I used. Because Bumble was so stupid because people don't acknowledge human nature for whatever reason. So they were like, women make the first move. Women don't want to make the first move though. Even if they think they do. The moment they have to, they don't want to no more. Right? They may even buy into that girl power mentality. And then they get on Bumble and it's time to send the message. And they're like, actually, the way I feel right now, that I have to message, I don't want to do it. So that it wouldn't message you. So what I put in my bio was, just message me hi and I'll take it from there. Just say hi and I'll take it from there. I can't message you first. You have to message me. I know you're going to rack your brain trying to come up with something and psych yourself out. So just say hi and I'll take it from there. Very effective. Got a lot of highs. Hello. Howdy. Right? Gotta hack the system. Gotta hack the system. Did not like Bumble though. No. The first Ethiopian woman I dated was from Bumble. So, and that happened fast. I broke up within 2 weeks. I got a date. I'm gonna be all right. And then I connected with the Ethiopian so much that I was like, dating's gonna be fun. No, I got lucky. I got lucky with the first one. A lot of the rest of them, whoa, you should be in an insane asylum, love. What's going on? Did you escape? Did you escape the insane asylum? Why didn't it work out with her? A couple of things. It's a couple of things. Fantastic woman though. Good woman. Bit anxious, but it could have worked. It honestly could have worked. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't commit. Now there are reasons why I wouldn't commit. Beyond the biggest reason, but I could have worked with her. Problem is I met her too quick, man. I met her 2 weeks after being single from a 8-year-long relationship. It was an illusion of choices. I'm very much a one at a time person. Very much a one, especially if I like you. I'm one at a time. One at a time. I can't trust anyone from outside. What if they only want papers, right? But I met her too fast. Didn't heal at all. I remember being intimate was fine, but I remember we was watching a movie. We saw what was it called? We saw Creed. The most recent Creed. And she held my hand in the theater. And she's popped on this live a few times too. She don't think I know. I know if she's watching. But she held my hand at a movie theater. And I was like, this feels weird. Not her. Nothing about her felt weird. It was just the act of holding somebody else's hand. It felt weird. It's too soon. Yeah. It was way too soon. This doesn't feel right. Thought on a 59-year-old, thank God we got a question. I'm only talking to y'all because we ain't got no questions. Thought on a 59-year-old, never been married, committed relationship. Why? Respectfully. The marriage, fine. That's not out of the norm. But the never been in a serious relationship, I need to know the reason for that. Appreciate you, Miriam. Ken, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
Chilling, chilling.
Oh, I'm good, bro. I wanna ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to way to put it. I'm trying to figure out like how can I like balance being like okay. I'm not trying to like brag, but like I used to be like this bad guy, like cheating on women and like
Okay.
doing that, like that like how people say women would chase you like when you had bad, like that literally happened to me. Like women would literally like chasing me.
Right.
But like I woke up one day and decided like I want to give my life to God, start doing all this. But like
There we go.
being like this good guy is difficult. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like how to balance being good and not that kind of bad, but like you know. I'm trying to balance both of them. Like when I was bad, I'm bad, and when I'm good, I'm good. Like I'm trying to be both of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So why is that? Like, are you not getting what you want by being good?
Right.
Like, is that what's going on?
Do what?
Is that what's going on?
Right.
What's your experience like dating as a good man?
Just like how everybody predicted, being a nice guy. Like it don't work.
Okay. So when you say it doesn't work, what do you mean? Like you're not able to get dates, or you feel like women are ending things with you? Like what
Right.
is happening
Yeah.
now that wasn't happening before?
Ending things. Yeah.
Okay. At what point do they end things?
When I guess being nice. I guess just when I guess when I'm just being nice. I guess.
Okay. So
Overly nice. I guess that's the problem. Like overly nice. I guess.
why do you say overly nice? What are you doing specifically?
Stuff that I normally don't do, going on dates and
Okay.
stuff like that. Like I never like done that in the past. Like I just treated women badly, and I got everything I wanted. But now it's like going on date, trying to be good, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, damn, what I'm doing wrong? Like,
Right. Okay. So the only behavioral change you made is like now you're going on dates, or is there more to
right.
it?
That's the only difference. Like just going on dates. Like
Okay,
that's
so
all.
how would you deal with women when you were more the bad guy? What would that look like?
I just didn't care. I yeah.
Like walk me through the process. Like how do you meet them? How do you link?
Say what?
Like walk me through the process. Like how do you meet them? How do you link? Like when you were a bad guy.
I just went to a bar and just the 12 count nugget meal. Lemonade. Lemonade.
Boy at Wendy's.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A? Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
But yeah, I just went to a bar and like meet them and like I just
Same night.
talked to them at a bar and that was it.
Okay. Same night you took him home?
Yeah, just about. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now how are you meeting women?
It's the same way, but like mostly like on dating apps and stuff like that.
Okay. But you still go to bars?
Not like I used to.
Okay. So mostly you're meeting women on dating apps now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And at what point do the women cut things off? Is it like first date, second date, third date? When you try to
It's like when I get like more. Well, not like they don't be like the dates. It probably like I guess it's like when you get like more into it. I guess
when you're trying to get serious?
Right, when I'm trying to get serious, correct.
So you can still date them, you can still sleep with them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but when you try to get serious, that's when they end things.
Right, when I tell them like, oh, how like this is the kind of woman I want, like I want you to believe
Right.
in God, this
Right.
and that, like they
Right.
get intimidated and they're like, oh,
Yeah. So, but when you were the bad guy, you never got serious, right?
never got serious.
That's the
Right.
that's the thing. That's the thing. You're thinking that it's like you went from bad guy to good guy, and it's like that's what is ruining it for you. No,
Right.
the main thing that's the change here is going to be you're trying to get serious with them.
Okay.
You're trying to get serious with them. Women, especially the ones on dating apps, are very skittish. They're very skittish. They're very skittish. You almost have to wait until they want it with you. And that's a shift that I've made recently, like within the last 6 months or so, in the way that I advise guys. I used to tell guys that they need to lead, you know, the woman to like entering into a relationship, not with the current batch of single women. Like some may be okay with that, but generally you're going to scare off most women who are single if you try to lock things down before they've like shown you any. If they're not asking for it, man, it's probably too early. They're very skittish. They've been hurt a lot, especially the ones on dating apps. They have gone through a lot of pain. So it's not that you're being a good guy now. It is that you're trying to actually enter a relationship when in a time where entering into a relationship is incredibly difficult. Is he moving too fast? That's a good question. How soon do you typically want, like, last time this happened, how long were you dating her?
Like, what you mean? Like, how long? What happened? Like the
When she cut it off? So the last woman that you dated that you thought you wanted to be with, and she ended things, how long did y'all date before she ended it? Like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months?
Oh, yeah, like 1 month.
Okay. Yeah, Focus Drew picked up on something real. That's a little too fast.
Okay.
That's a little too fast. 1 month is a little too fast. I would take your time with that, for real. Like now, it's like a lot of women will tell you they want like a slow burn is what they call it, right? You just got to be around, treat them well over a long period of time, and then kind of wait for until they want it. Especially if you meet them on a dating app. If you meet them on a dating app, that's definitely how you have to play it. Until they want it, don't you say shit. Don't say nothing. Just be there. And then when they're like, actually, okay, now go ahead and lock it down. But certainly today's time, a month is too early.
Yeah. The problem getting women ain't the problem, because I ain't trying to be cocky, but I do find myself like attractive. Like I get a lot of attention because I work out. I got like a nice physique. Like I'm 220 pounds. I'm 6 foot. Like I got a nice physique.
Right.
Like women find me attractive, so that problem is easy.
Yeah.
It's like when I start talking, like that's the talking part is the problem.
Why do you say that?
I guess like we just say like moving too fast. Like I tell them, oh, this what I like, and I guess they just, oh, you moving too fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be the main thing you have to correct. Like you also might want to improve your talk game a little bit too, but I don't think that's really going to kill you because you got the other things going on, right? But the thing that's really messing you up is like the speed where you're trying to go deeper and progress the connection. You're probably verbally telling them that you like them like that and you see your future with them and all that stuff. Curtains for all that shit. Just vibe out until Shorty says she wants it. And then I hate to even say that, bro, because that shit is so non-romantic and shit like that. But it's just, but that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So that's how you have to adapt. I'm not saying that with every woman that's going to be the case, but the vast majority that's how you're going to have to play it. You're going to have to play it just like exactly the way I'm talking about. You make that shift, you'll probably get in a relationship.
Okay.
So give it a try and come back. Come back, give me an update, because there might be more to unpack, but that's like the major mistake that you're making. Okay.
Yeah. Because it kind of want to make me go back to the bad guy again.
I hear you, but that the bad guy doesn't get the relationship.
For sure.
Right. Like you might get like a toxic one, but that version of you wasn't even trying to get a relationship.
For sure. right, Dan. Appreciate it, man.
No problem, bro. Best of luck to you. Did somebody say more context was needed? Did I see that in the chat? Did I see that in the chat? It's just not the right woman. Nah, we can't project our own self onto the situation. I know some women will be like, I would love if somebody asked me. Now, everybody's like you, and people are at different stages. So if you're like 40, 50 years old, of course you would like that. You're in a different phase of life. That man's young. All right? We talking about like 20-year-old women, 25-year-old women, 30-year-old women who have, not you, man, I'm going to talk about in general, who, and then they also have a lot of options, and they're on a dating app talking to 10 people at once. You got to take the full context. Dating app talking to 10 people at the same time. Half of them probably don't want a relationship, even though they say they want a relationship. You gotta watch that. Women who don't even want a relationship will say they want a relationship on a dating app because they are being sensitive to the optics. They don't want someone to view their page and think that they're easy. So I'm like, I want a relationship. And they really don't want one. So you gotta take the context into consideration. And what I told him is 100% accurate. It's something that I also had to realize with the skittish nature of a lot of single women, especially, again, if you met her on a dating app, I can guarantee you she's skittish. I can guarantee you she's skittish. Maybe if you met her in the wild or at work or something like that, maybe it's different. On the app, shorty skittish for sure. Why can't the lover girls and lover guys never find each other? Because the lover girls and lover guys are all anxiously attached. They're anxiously attached. That's why they're lover girls and lover guys. So the anxiously attached people want the avoidant people. Not consciously. Not consciously. Exactly, Knuckles. They out there chasing avoidant people. They don't want the anxious guy. He gives them too much attention. They want the avoidant guy, and they want to win the avoidant guy. They want to lock down the avoidant guy, not the guy who's anxious. And the anxious guy don't want her either, because he wants the avoidant woman, right? That's all. That's why they're not finding each other, because they what they respond to isn't someone who's like them. It's someone who's the opposite of them. Okay. What's going on, bro?
Alright, can you hear me?
Did you just do a line? What was that?
Sorry?
Did you just do a line of coke? What was that? What's going on, Chief? What can I do for you?
I'm good. I just wanted to ask you a question, though.
Okay.
I've been dating this girl for like a few months, almost close to a year. And I've just been picking up on some things recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd just like some advice, by the way, honestly.
All right, what's going
on? Well, I often like notice she tries to ask me questions like, what was your first impression about me? Like, what do you like the most? Or what's the thing you like most about me? And like, those types of questions. We've had those conversations before, but like, sometimes I think it comes from an insecure place. But then again, looking at the things she does, or like the small signs she gives me, I think she kind of feels guilty for something, or she's just not really sure about how she feels, and well, it's causing a lot of problems, let's say, or disagreements and conflict in the relationship.
Okay. So what's your question about this situation?
I'm just, how can I say it? Sorry, English is not my main language, so I'm trying to look for the right words. But I've had conversations with her, just wanting to know what she thinks, or like where this comes from. But I think it comes from a place from this. Honestly, I'm just not sure how I should approach the situation. I'm trying to like have conversations and talk about it, but I feel like it's not really going anywhere. So just
Okay.
wanted to know if you had some advice.
So how long have y'all been? Are y'all in a relationship?
Yeah, we've been talking. We've been with each other for like I'd say 9 months, close to 9 months.
So a relationship for 9 months, and the problem is what that she's describe the problem again.
The problem is I'm sensing some kind of I don't want to say it's guilt, but I would like to think it's more insecurity. But the signs she gives me and the different signs she gives me, or like the way she reacts to things, it really makes me think like she thinks I'm doing stuff behind her back and all that stuff, but I'm not really sure. I think it's projecting. I just don't want to jump into conclusions. When I talk to her, she doesn't seem to open up.
Okay. So give me a specific example of that happening. What occurred and what was said?
Okay.
Also, try to minimize background noise. I don't know if you're wrestling somebody. Are you on her wrestling right now while you're talking?
No. There's just there's just a lot of stuff laying down here, so I'm trying to find a comfortable position. But I'm sorry if it makes too much noise.
You're not. You haven't found it yet. I don't think you're gonna get comfortable tonight, Chief. But
okay. Well, last time we had an argument about she said like she feels like she's embarrassed. She says like I embarrass her in front of other people, that I don't know, I'm not too considerate of her presence, or like when we go out in public or we go out to a social setting. She feels that I try to embarrass her in front of other people, which I think is not really true. But then again, when she explains the situation, I don't know how to really explain. I'm kind of nervous, but she says like I'm just not really affectionate or anything like close to loving. Let's say when we go out in a public setting, we go out on dates. We do like nice stuff together, but for some reason something's not right to her.
okay, did she give you a specific reason why she feels like you try to embarrass her?
I remember this one time that I had left the place earlier than she did, and she said like, yeah, because I couldn't find you or stuff like this. Just like those little things you do, you cannot tell. You don't find the time to tell me stuff, or you make decisions without really informing me. You make me look like I always have to like run behind you and listen to whatever you're saying, which is, in my opinion, not really true. But I don't know. It's like those small things where I don't really always see a problem. She can somehow find a way to make it a big thing, and I didn't. Yeah, kind of those things that
I know English isn't your first language, but it's hard to get clarity here because you're not giving me specific details. You're being very vague. So I need like everything that you say. I need a specific situation where that happened, so I understand what you're telling me. Right?
Okay.
So
Okay, right. So the same situation I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We were at a gathering in the museum, so we had a meeting, about an upcoming exhibition. And I remember that when I was talking to the group leaders and I was done with my conversation, I wanted to leave the place because it was like crowded, and she was having a conversation with other people, and she told me like, okay, tell me when you're leaving. I said, yeah, I'll be leaving in a few minutes, but I'll just be waiting outside. So not really outside of the building, but like just in another room. And when I left, I gave her a signal, but like she might have missed it, or I wasn't clear enough. And to her, I was being inconsiderate, or I left her at the spot, which was not really what was happening at that time, at that specific time. But it caused her to get a bit frustrated because to her, there's like a lot of small things, small signs that make her feel like I'm being too inconsiderate of her.
So when you left, where did you go?
I waited outside for her.
Outside where?
Outside the meeting room.
Like, were you like in nature, or were you like still inside the building?
No, it's a museum, so it's just a very big building.
Okay.
And when you leave the room, you're actually inside of the halls themselves. So I was just waiting in the hall where the exhibition is. I was waiting right there. So like it's like the first room you get into when you leave the meeting room. I was waiting right there, and for her it was like causing a problem at that time.
Gotcha. Okay. And
Yeah.
what did she say to you when she found you?
She said like, why didn't you just tell me anything when you left? But I think it was like crowded and you know, like maybe a bit overwhelming because like we were 20 plus people at the time, and you know, like 3 to 5 different groups of people talking, and I wasn't really in the mood to stay there much longer, so I just thought it might be better if I just wait in the hall, or like in the exhibition hall. But to her it was a sign of me, I don't know, not really taking her into account, which helped a lot of, you know, I don't know, communication problems, or let's say just problems in general.
Okay. So, and she used that as a example of you embarrassing her?
Yeah, she said like I made her rush to leave the place and go look after me. But, you know, I mean,
Okay. What other things does she complain about?
she complains about me not always, like, she says I'm not really the type of person to say much, or say much, or she thinks like I don't like to open up, um, which I certainly understood in the beginning, so I made some adjustments, and you know, I'm just trying to find I'm just trying to adjust myself, like let's say, just learn from the mistakes, let's say, I made to come to a better conclusion, like just have a healthier relationship. But I mean, yeah, it really comes from a place of, I'd say, lack of clearance. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think I'm a bit of a confusing person to her.
I agree with that. You're confusing the hell out of me. I'm trying
I'm
to
sorry.
follow.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to follow, but it's like the clarity. I can tell you don't understand the situation because the way that you're explaining it is not very coherent. So that means you're confused about the situation as well, or there's just a really big like communication problem here. So, she has said that you don't really open up to her.
Yeah,
How old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Okay.
Yeah,
Have you been in any previous relationships?
I've been in a relationship before. Yeah,
Okay. How long was your last relationship?
my last relationship was about a year. Let's say
What's your longest relationship?
my longest relationship was no longer than a year and a half.
Okay. So in those two relationships, did you leave?
Uh, yeah, one relationship I left
Why'd you leave that one?
because I um I just picked up on some things, and she was well, one relationship she cheated, so I had to leave. And the other relationship, I just think we were, let's say, a bit too immature.
Okay. In those other two relationships, did they make any kind of similar complaints as the woman you're currently with?
Mm, one did, but I think the, at the time it was a bit different.
What did that one say? Did she say that you don't open up?
No, she said she thought I didn't have she thought I didn't really make time for her. But I remember at the time I was working multiple jobs, and the little time I had, I really couldn't do much because I was out of energy and
Okay,
really.
I get it. But are you saying you said that that was like you're using this as an example of this being similar to what your current girlfriend is saying? Is your current girlfriend saying you don't have enough time?
No, no, no. We really see each other like at least two times a week. I have a shared art studio with her, so um, most of the time when I'm there, she comes to see me, or
What's the biggest
um,
thing that
once
your
a week.
what's your biggest thing that your girlfriend complains about? What's the thing that she gets maddest about or most emotional about when it comes to complaints about you?
Um, she thinks I treat her different than I treat other people,
In what
but
way?
like in a more negative way, I'd say.
In what way?
Like at heart, I'm a social person, but sometimes there's really things I like to keep for myself, and I feel like when I'm trying to have a deep conversation with her, or just like any conversation in some type of matter, she always tries to like squeeze some sort of information out of me that makes me a bit repulsive. So
What?
I don't
Like
really.
again, you're being vague. What information is
I'm
she
sorry.
trying to get out of you?
Let's say previous relationships or relationships that I have with my parents or my siblings, or like like I said in the beginning or in the chat, I said like my first impression of her, what I thought about her the first time I saw her, or the moment I really fell in love with her, and all that type of stuff.
Okay.
Those are like conversations we had before. Like we've talked about those things before, but for some type of way, some sort of thing makes her think that I'm not really reassuring my emotions towards her,
Right.
even though we do a lot of stuff together.
Right.
So
Okay, real quick. You said that she asked you about your relationship with your parents and siblings, but you said that you were repulsed by it. Why is her asking a question about your relationship with your family repulsive?
uh, I mean, I think there's just some things I don't really like to talk, or it's not really just easy. Because there's some things that are not really easy for me to talk about. She's not really asking like basic questions like, "Oh yeah, how's your sibling, or what do they do?" Or no, we're really past that. Let's say past that stage of
What is she asking you
of.
about your family?
Okay, so I remember recently I I had to meet my stepmom for the first time, and well, let's say the divorce between my parents is fresh, and I don't really wanna like talk too much about it.
Okay,
So
got it. I got it. I got
there's
it.
some
I
questions.
got
There's
it.
some
I
questions I
got it.
just
I don't want.
don't
I
want
don't
to.
want any. I'm not asking any more questions here. I'm gonna get a headache. But I got what's going on. You're avoidant. She's anxious. Do you know anything about attachment styles?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Yes. Your girlfriend is anxiously attached. So she fears you abandoning her. That's why she keeps looking for evidence that you really love her. Everything that she gets mad about, it's about her looking at that as an example of like you will potentially leave her, or you don't really love her to the degree to be with her, right? So she's anxiously attached. You're avoidantly attached. You don't want to be vulnerable, right? You've been with this woman for 9 months. You can talk to her about things that are scary to you. You're not letting her in because it's uncomfortable for you to let people in. It's uncomfortable for you to get vulnerable. It's uncomfortable for you to expose that side of yourself, right? So you're like, well, I spend time with you. That ain't enough for someone like this. She needs reassurance. So she needs evidence, both in action and in word. That's why she keeps asking you, like, when did you fall in love with me? Because you're not sharing those things. You're not telling her how special she is to you. You're not telling her those things. Now, to your point, or to a point you haven't made, with the anxiously attached woman, even if you did do those things, she likely would just move the goalpost and find something else that you're not doing, right? So it's a hard dynamic to solve. Both of you need more work, but you haven't even gotten to that point of seeing that she would move the goalpost because you haven't even gotten past stage 1 with her. You're just spending time with her, and you're probably having casual conversation or conversation about like work or hobbies. You're not having conversations about your inner world, right?
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Right.
I think I did that more in the beginning, but for some reason it might have stopped. So I definitely get what you're saying.
You did it more in the beginning because she was less of a threat to you. Meaning, before you're like madly in love with somebody, you can be vulnerable because they're not threatening, right? You don't want to be vulnerable with someone who you care about.
I think you just hit the nail with this one. So
right, yeah, you care about her. So now you want to close up. If she was a stranger or just somebody that like you were talking to, yeah, you can be vulnerable. You can be like, yeah, parents getting divorced, that's rough. Like you just shared it with me, right? Because I don't know you, I'm not a threat to you, right? You love her though. So it's like with her, it's like, I can't do that with you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what is. It's a very predictable pattern. She's going to keep trying to get you to open up more and get her to love her in the way she thinks she needs to be loved. And then that's going to annoy you, and you're going to just naturally create more distance until it implodes. But you can avoid that fate by doing the scary and uncomfortable thing, which is being vulnerable. You will have to do a balancing act, which is opening up, communicating with her that it's hard for you to do that. But that'll be a great conversation. Communicate to her, it's hard for you to open up. Maybe even tell her that you're I just learned I'm avoidantly attached. It's hard for me to open up with you. But I care about this connection, so I'm trying. So the reason why with my family is because I'm having a hard time. And then that's it. You don't have to just tell her everything. Just give her a little bit that shows like, I'm entrusting you with this information. I'm sharing this with you because I care about you, right? But also, you have to still make time for yourself. You can't be in this relationship and just constantly be like, I'm going to betray myself to keep giving her what she needs. So it's a balancing act. Yes, you need to open up more because that's what you have to do in a relationship. You have to have a deeper and deeper and deeper connection. If you can't do that, then it's going to implode. Okay? But at the same time, that doesn't mean you have to do a complete 180 and change everything about yourself. Okay? So sometimes you're going to need your personal space, and you have to let her know that too. And let her know that it's like the way she will receive you needing personal space is maybe you don't want to spend time with her. So in those situations, you have to let her know, like, it's not about you. I love you. It's just the way that I'm wired. You're wired to like spend time with people all the time, but I'm wired where sometimes I need to charge my batteries in solitude. It has nothing to do with you. I would feel the same way if I was with anybody else, but we can reconnect at this time, right? I'm just giving you like what could be a future problem because it's typically a problem with anxious avoidant dynamics. But what I give you so far is enough to start making progress there. It's not going to solve everything, but at least it gives you a bit of an understanding of the pitfalls in this type of connection and how to circumvent those issues. Okay.
Thank you very much for your advice.
No problem,
And I
brother.
appreciate you giving your time
Absolutely,
to
bro.
help me out.
All right, man. Best of luck to you, Chief.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Take care.
All right. If you need coaching, 1 hour coaching calls, you hit this button at the bottom of the screen with the arrow inside the square. It's at the bottom of the screen. Hit that button, shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. And if I can help, I will send you a link to book your call. For people who've already booked, I've now offered a follow-up calls that are half the price that you paid. Okay. Follow-up calls are 30 minutes. So not an hour. That way you can continue booking and get additional help with your situation. All initial calls have to be the hour though. So don't reach out to me telling me you want a 30-minute call if you've never booked an hour-long call. Okay. So for any of you who have already helped, who want the 30-minute call for ongoing support, message me. I'll send you the link. Okay. All right. Talented Love, what's going on?
Hey,
Hi.
okay, so I'm not dating, but I would like to date.
Okay.
I've tried the dating apps. I've tried meeting people in person. The dating apps it's too much. Like too much texting, like just nonstop messaging. I cannot do that.
Mhm.
And then I find that when I go out, I probably always pick like places that it's like couples, just everybody's coupled up, or when people do try to talk to me, they're like 22, 23 years old.
Mhm.
And like the older ones, they'll just stare. Like everybody just staring. And it's like, he looks at me, I look at him. Like
Right.
everybody just, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So yeah, I kind of just need advice on that. Like, how can I maneuver and actually meet people? Because I can't do the dating apps. I've tried it. I tried it again. And yeah.
Yeah. I know my chat already knows what I'm going to tell you, the advice I'm going to give you. So you have to do, one, you have to stop treating this like a dating problem, treat it like a social problem. Okay? So what I mean by that is you're treating it like a dating problem, so you're only thinking of dating solutions. Dating problems are downstream from social problems. In other words, people who have a vibrant and active social life tend to have better dating lives, right? And they don't need dating apps. Okay? So when you treat it like a social problem, the way that you do that is you start putting yourself in what I call static environments. Those are environments where you see the same people over and over again. What you've been doing is putting yourself in dynamic environments, which are environments where you see different people over and over again. Okay, so every time you go, there's a different crowd. Those aren't the right environments. You want to put yourself in environments where there's the same crowd every day. This is the reason why it's easier to make romantic connections when you were in school, and why is so many people want to date their coworkers, because being around the same people over and over again, you start to build familiarity, and then familiarity can open the door to attraction. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. So give me another example, right? So you go to a dynamic environment, a dude is attracted to you, but maybe he don't want to approach today. Maybe he's not feeling his most confident, right? So he doesn't approach you. Now you'll never see him again. So you miss out, right? You do that, you see that same guy in a static environment, he may not approach you the first time he sees you, but he's going to see you again in another week. He's going to see you again a week after that, and a week after that. So maybe the fourth time he sees you, he finally does approach. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get way more attempts or opportunities for the guy to actually approach. Now, people, when they approach their gym crush, it's probably like on the 30th time they saw them.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It ain't on the first time. It's normally like they see them a lot and they're like, all right, today's the day. They go and approach. You're not putting yourself in those environments. You're putting yourself in environments where like they gotta do it now. And if they don't do it now, you're never gonna see them again.
I think so. Yeah, because I really don't go too many places but to the gym.
Right.
And to work. That's it.
Right. So you gotta start finding like hobbies or clubs, things of that nature, that are going to create conditions where you get to take a more community approach to dating. That's what we're evolved to do, right? Historically, we've always had a community approach. The way we're doing it now is new. You go into a bar, it's happened for a while, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's relatively new. Especially dating apps, very new. Social media, very new, right? All of history, it's like we all know each other. Y'all would look good together, or it's just some community aspect to where that also helps you with like finding higher quality people, because in the community, people have reputations. You can judge them by their reputation. So if there's a weirdo who's hitting on everybody, you're probably gonna get warned about it, right? That ain't gonna happen at the bar though. At the bar, don't nobody know each other. So the weirdo can hit on you, and if he's charming enough in that moment, things may happen, right? And you find out he's weird. You're like, you just had a bad experience. In the community approach though, people know each other, so their reputation is another data point that you can use to make better decisions.
Yeah. I mean, I have joined a run club, but I don't know. I'm in Houston and people are weird here. Like, they different.
They're weird everywhere, love. They're weird everywhere. But yeah, it's like run club is one thing. I would think a little bit more creative, because with run clubs, it's like a lot of people are going. You kind of want to go to the places where people aren't going there to date. Mods, clip that. Timestamp that. I never said that before. With a run club, it's really people are joining just to date. So that's effectively like a club or like a bar. Even though you're still a static environment, the intention, the heart posture is off. You want more like a you join like a pickleball community, just first thing popped in my head, right? Whereas ain't nobody doing that to date, and it's like, so you'll make more organic connections, right? Like what Raz just said, a niche hobby, something that's not popularized as. There's some people in run clubs who don't even like running. I can tell by how they built. I can look by how they built. I'm like, you don't run for real. What are you here for, right? You trying to date somebody. It's the wrong approach. So I wouldn't go to things that are marketed as like, this is the spot to find people. I would find things that are unique to you as a person, things you're genuinely interested in, right? And then that's going to be the best place to meet people. Because then the guys that you meet in that environment are probably going to be a bit more compatible with you. Like even volunteer organizations, right? The people you meet there, they probably have a very giving nature, probably good heart, probably Christian values if that's what you want, right? So, and they're not doing, I promise you, no one's volunteering to date. So if you meet them, it's like a more organic connection.
Right. Yeah, that's all I'm looking for is something organic. There's too much fake going on.
Right. So yeah, I mean, there's tons of ways to do it. It's just I would only entertain the things that like you're genuinely interested in or curious about, and then find those environments and then just test it out. You may not like the first thing that you try or the second thing that you try, but even when you go there, your mindset shouldn't be find a man. It should be to just connect with people.
Right.
Because every person that you make a platonic connection with could open the door to introducing you to the person you have a romantic connection with. The more people you know, the more you increase the odds of that occurring.
And that's another thing. I be so shy, like going out by myself.
Right.
I do it, but I just be so shy and nervous.
All you gotta do is meet one person. I used to be very shy as well. All you gotta do is, if you go to like a hiking club or something like that, just find the other shy girl. There's a
Right.
girl who, in the hiking club who's so shy she would never do what you're doing right now, talking to me on this app, right? So you're shy, but you're not that shy. So go find the girl who's shyer than you, talk to her, right? And then y'all become friends. And then once you, I know about shy people, when they have like one friend there, one person they know, that's when the shyness kind of goes away a little bit.
Right. Okay. So now I gotta find me. What'd you say it was? Static environment.
Yep, just an environment where you
Yeah.
see the same people over and over again. Anything that's like that, that's where you need to put yourself. It's going to be a long play. You might get lucky and find someone day one, but it's like that's the long play. That's how you want to just orient yourself. This is just a way of life at this point. The club, bar, brunch can work. Lower likelihood of it occurring.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to meet nobody there anyway.
Right. Sherry just said add her. She's in Houston, right? So yeah, y'all should be connected in the chat.
Hey, I'm gonna add you.
All
Alright, I
right.
just added you.
So give that a try, love, and follow back up with me and let me know how it's going for you, okay?
Yes, I definitely will.
All right, dear. You take care.
Okay.
All right. Again, people, if you want your 1 hour coaching call, you know what to do. Hit that button that's at the bottom of the screen, the arrow inside the dialog box. Shoot me a message. I'll be in touch. Schedule your 1 hour coaching call. All right. Okay, Justin, what's going on, brother?
So I spoke to you a couple weeks ago about a situation with my ex-girlfriend who was telling me about a break and she cheated on me and stuff, and you got real pissed off at me.
Mm-hmm. I don't
And
remember, but go ahead.
well, yeah, you got real hot and you started yelling at me. He's like, I don't even do this very often, but you pissing me off with all this stupid shit. But you told me to get back with you once I figured out what I was going to do going forward.
Oh,
So
did
I
she
got-
cheat? Did she cheat on you and then blame it on you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you. All right.
Yeah.
Talk to me, brother. What's going on?
So I dumped her.
Nice.
Wasn't easy, but I did it.
Right. Proud of you.
It was kind of one of the situations where I felt like I needed to grab my power back.
There you go.
I've been going to counseling.
Okay.
And it's not, the fact is I got no confidence. The fact of the matter is that, bam, issues as a child, all that shit. And I've been working on it,
Good. Okay.
But the thing is I'm kind of in a situation where I was married for 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
I got divorced for 2 years. I met that chick. So, like I said, I really have limited dating experience, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And the thing is, I don't even know where to start no more.
Okay. So is that your question? Like how to start?
How to start and
Okay.
how do I turn my advantages to actual advantages and not me just thinking that they're advantages?
Okay. So talk to me about, like, you said that you were in counseling and stuff. Have you unpacked why you were willing to stay in that relationship?
Because I felt like I had to prove my worth to people so that they could love me.
Okay. That tracks. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure that you realized that first, and that still wasn't, once you have conscious awareness over it, then that won't drive your behavior, or it's less likely to drive your behavior in the future. So I want to make
Correct.
sure you have that understanding. So yeah, now you're in your position, Will, to go ahead and start and get back out there. Have you tried anything?
I mean, I've tried a few dating apps, but the thing is, all these dating apps are all convoluted and watered down with trash. To be honest with you,
Right.
they're not
Right.
really the kind of. I want a woman that's a little bit higher value than someone that don't have a job who smokes weed all day and
Right.
tries to get thirst trap followers and people to buy him shit. If that makes sense.
Right. I got you. Okay. So so you want to be in a relationship. I'm sure you want to be married, stuff like that.
I wouldn't say married yet, but I do
Okay.
want someone to do life with. 'Cause I'm 37 years old.
Okay.
And I've been deployed in the military. I've got a long life of doing shit that other people haven't done.
Okay.
I'm kind of at the point in my life to where I kind of want to turn it down a few years and just create my family again.
Gotcha. Okay. So what I tell guys is there's 4 types of game, meaning there's 4 ways to meet women, right? And the way that you decide to meet women will kind of determine the type of woman that you're going to meet. Okay. So the 4 types of game, aka ways of meeting women, are night game, day game, online game, and social circle. Night game is essentially you going out and meeting women during nightlife, bars, clubs, things like that, right? Day game is you approaching women during the day. So you go out to Target, you see a nice lady, you approach her, get a number, try to schedule a date, right? Online game will be social media and dating apps. And then social circle is dating within a friend group or dating within a static environment, similar to what I just told the last caller. Okay? The highest quality women that you are going to meet are going to be met through social circle.
So this kind of leads into an issue that I'm having is that I have post-traumatic stress from the military, and dealing with large groups of people anymore kind of annoyed the shit out of me, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay.
Using my language, but it's just, and the thing is, I'm not looking for someone that's like kind of crazy. I'm looking for that middle of the road girl next door that brings something to the family, makes me feel safe, and like I don't have to worry about them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're asking for a lot. It doesn't sound like you're asking for a lot. You're asking for a lot though.
Well, no, it is a lot today.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a real traditional family. Everybody was, you're loyal to each other. You talk shit out. You don't run away from problems.
Right.
But the thing is like social media and all this shit floating around today, all it does is just open up options for people to make think that grass is greener on the other side.
Right.
But the thing is grass is going to be greener when it's full of shit.
Right. I like that. What are you doing for your post-traumatic stress disorder?
I've been seeing a therapist for 15 years.
Gotcha. So.
And I have a service animal too.
Gotcha. What kind of hobbies do you have?
So I'm a big sports fanatic. I watch NFL games a lot. I play tabletop games. I go to breweries.
Okay.
And the thing is, my problem is it's not the problem I can't attract somebody. My problem is I keep attracting the damaged goods, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but how are you meeting them?
Online, basically.
Yeah. So online is filled with that. I mean, you can find quality women online. It's just you're going to have to go through a lot of low quality to find the higher ones.
I mean, I hate to say that people are low quality. I mean, and I don't want to mean to offend nobody about that. I just want someone that has some aspirations and goals in life, and that they know what respect and loyalty is.
What app are you using?
I've used eHarmony. I've used Meetup. I've used tons of them. And the thing is that
eHarmony and Meetup. What were you using? You didn't use Hinge?
I've tried Hinge, man, and all I found is garbage.
Where are you located? What state are you in?
Ohio. That's even worse, but I get it.
When you say garbage, what do you mean?
Like, there are people that have, issues with trust, or they're serial cheaters, or they don't have a job, or they're looking for someone to give them, take care of them, like standard stuff. Gotcha.
Okay.
And I'm not looking to be someone's parent. I'm looking to be someone's partner.
What does that mean to you?
Someone that's there for you, if you're not, because no one's ever 100% in their day. I want someone that can compensate for that 20% I lost throughout the day, or someone I can talk to when I have an issue that's not going to sit here and call me or disrespect me because I'm having issues.
What are you giving them?
What am I giving them? In terms of like what? Like emotional or just overall?
What do they want that you are able to provide to them?
I have a career at the government. I've been working for the EPA for 15 years.
Okay.
I make 6 figures a year.
Okay.
I got a decent credit score. I'm a parent who has successful children. I'm loyal. I've never cheated on nobody. I work hard. I give everything. I give a relationship everything I got, and sometimes too much.
Okay. But you said that you don't want to take care of anybody, but then you led with like things that would make you take care of somebody.
Well, the thing is, in my mind, in a relationship, you're like in a family, at least with kids and a wife, you're there to take care of them.
Okay, so you don't mind taking care of them.
I don't, but the thing is I don't want it to be something I have to do all the time. Like, taking care of somebody is different than, wiping their ass. Like, I want to provide money for bills. I want to, be the father figure for my kids.
Okay.
I want to be my partner's best friend and support system.
Okay. Okay.
And the thing is that over the years, I learned how to communicate better with people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I create a safe environment for people.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I feel like they get too comfortable in it.
Yeah, because you don't have any boundaries.
Exactly. That's another thing I've been working on with a therapist.
Right. But there's a deeper thing here, because you have very real constraints. But I want to take it one at a time. The first one is everything that you listed was things that would make a woman feel safe, which is valuable to them. But women don't just want to feel safe. Feeling safe is a secondary consideration. It's not a primary consideration.
Okay.
Primary consideration is, how do I feel around you? Do I enjoy being around you? Do I get butterflies around you, even though it's probably a bad thing? Am I excited to see you? Everything that you just listed would not make someone excited to see you.
And I get that. That's kind of the reason why I'm reaching out for help.
Right. Yeah, you'll be definitely well positioned to watch more of my content, specifically when I talk about spark and safety. You have a lot of safety, you don't have a lot of spark. Spark is going to be traits that make the woman like desire you and crave you, right? So that's going to be like being in really good shape, or dressing well, or having charisma, having a good sense of humor, being bold, playfully teasing, being smooth, being able to flirt, right? Those are all spark traits. You're getting off a lot of safety, which is going to make women, the main women that you're going to attract are going to be women who are either just want someone to take care of them and they don't really like you at all. They just see you as a vehicle to get their needs met, financial needs met, or women who are settling in a sense and they don't want to be hurt by a guy who is charismatic and gives a lot of spark. So they choose a guy who doesn't have that, and then they end up resenting him because they don't desire him. Okay.
See, the problem, and the thing is, in the beginning, the attraction portion, I got that stuff.
What do you have specifically?
Well, I'm really good at getting people to pay attention. Like when I talk to people, they
Okay.
feel comfortable talking to me.
Okay.
They feel like they can relate.
That's safety. That's not comfort. Comfort is not spark. That's not spark. Anything comfortable is safety. Spark is tension. Spark is my heart rate has increased a little bit.
So yeah, I mean, at that point, then I'm at a loss.
Right. These are traits that you can learn. These are things that I teach, right? So, like I said, watch more of my content. That's going to help you. I also have a course. You can get the course. Link in bio for that. You can also hire me for coaching, all that kind of jazz. But that's only part of the problem, though. So when you solve that issue, that will make it so you can start increasing your options. Okay? Because you'll become more universally attractive when you start adding some more spark to your game. But that still doesn't solve your core issue, because your core issue is still the pool that you date in. So you said that you'll go to breweries, but when I mentioned like social circle, you said that group settings bother you.
So I do have hobbies, like I do like, I know I'm kind of a nerd.
Mhm.
So okay, I go to comic book conventions, stuff like that.
Okay.
And there's large groups of people there, and like the thing is once I get into a certain group of people, I'm fine talking to them.
Okay.
But the problem is that I could be a bit much because I'm really blunt, and a lot of people, it's offsetting, and I know it is.
Okay.
And I have a really strong personality most of the time.
Okay. Okay.
But I know not everybody's okay with that.
Right. That's fine. That's workable. Now we got to find the environment first. The behavior comes second, because we got to have a place where you can even practice the behavior, right?
Yeah.
So you can really work with that nerdy shit.
Well, the thing is that I know I can. It's just coming from a marriage of that long and then jumping into the dating pool again.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, it's kind of been, what's the word? Like it's a hard transition.
Right.
Like you have a mindset of a family and stuff still,
Right.
but not the mindset of being, as on the open market sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, it's
Does
gonna
that,
be
does
it's
that make
gonna be
sense?
growth. Yeah, you're saying like that's the reason why you were leading with all those safety traits is because you're conditioned to be a husband. You're used to being a husband.
Yes.
So you're entering the dating market with husband energy, but you're not entering
Yes.
the dating market with like fun guy energy who could be a husband, right? So it's learnable, man. You've done it before, you can do it again. It's a very learnable thing. You have the foundational elements. Like I hear you talk, you're projecting your voice. You're not like trying to make yourself small, right? You said that you can be blunt. Bluntness and boldness are connected. Boldness can kind of help you. You just need to calibrate it a bit. You can get help with that as well. This is going to be really focused on the environment. So there's a couple of ways to approach it. The first way is you start plugging yourself into communities where people do the nerdy shit that you like, and then you connect with people in those communities. It's likely not going to be a big group,
No. Yeah.
right?
For sure.
So you find you can find digital spaces like Facebook groups in your city or your state if you don't mind traveling a little bit
Hmm.
that are oriented around like comic books or nerdy hobbies, and then try to cross reference that with those digital communities that have in person meetups,
For sure.
and then
I
just
get what you're
be
saying.
then be a familiar face because it's going to be easy to have conversations there. You're probably going to be a subject matter expert on something, right?
Hmm.
Which is going to be status, which then women may respond positively to you, who are also into those communities. The better thing though, so that's the A tier strategy. The S tier strategy is going to be you start your own version of that.
I see.
If you start your own version of that, it's yours. The guy who throws the party is always the center of attention. The guy who throws the party is who the women want when they go to the party, right? Because he has the
Yeah.
status there. It's his party,
That's how I met my wife.
right? So you already have some experience with this. So if you create your version of that, you're probably, and it could be in person. It also could be digital. Maybe you start a TikTok account where you talk about the nerdy hobbies that you have. You build a little bit of following, right? And then the women who follow you are probably going to are definitely women who are interested in that subject matter. Those are potential women to date. That's if you want to go the digital route. The in-person route is better. And that will be the best strategic approach to this problem. But everything that you listed, as far as like you're interested in and your hobbies, the nerdy stuff is the thing that has the most like potential.
Yeah, I just think the thing is that me shifting my mindset from being a dad and a husband and that mindset needs to get changed. I feel like because like you said, I can't go into an open market thinking of like husband energy when most women out there aren't wanting husband energy out the
Just think fun.
gate. Yeah.
To oversimplify it, just think fun.
Yeah, I think I kind of forgot that dating is fun.
Yeah, if you just orient yourself towards fun, you'll crush it. Just focus on fun. The dates are fun, especially the first date is fun. You can weave in some of that husband energy, right? As far as like you still need to connect with the woman, right? But
Yeah.
you need to have fun more than you connect.
Because connection will come later naturally, especially with
Connection you're already good at it.
Yeah.
You're already good at connection. So you don't have to focus on that because it's going to naturally occur. The fun side is where you have to focus because it's not the natural.
You gotcha.
Okay.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
My man. So give that a try. Let me know if you need help. One DM away, all right? We can start coaching, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Question. I just gotta DM you and you pretty much set me up with everything else.
Yeah. I'll tell you about your options for coaching. We'll likely probably start with like a 1 hour consultation, and then if you want like the full 3-month package, then we'll go there. But like start with a 1 hour consultation, and then we can kind of we'll probably, if you want actual coaching, we can set up like a 30-minute phone call where I can tell you like what the 3-month package looks like, because you'll probably just jump right into a 3-month package, and we'll go from there. Okay.
All right, man. Thanks for giving me a little bit of motivation, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, Justin. You take care, brother.
You too, man.
All right.
Yep.
See, we like guys like that, man. Because I was also, for y'all, 1 hour coaching calls. Men and women. You know what to do. Button at the bottom of the screen. Hit that button that's at the bottom of the screen. Shoot a DM. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, like that, because I was hard on him the first time that he called in. Because of the situation that he was in. Not hard on him trying to make him feel bad. Hard on him because I didn't want him in that situation no more. Him says you coach women now. Yeah, 1 hour. The guys get like the 3-month package. The women, they get 1 hour coaching calls. They forced me, man. They held me at gunpoint. They said, you gonna coach us whether you like it or not, motherfucker. I'm gonna pull this trigger. I said, okay, 1 hour. That's how it happened. No more calls, by the way. But yeah, he was in a bad situation. He was being gaslit and being like aggressively manipulated by the woman he was with. She cheated on him and then tried to blame her cheating on him on her trauma and said that he triggered her trauma. Right? And I was like, bro, get the fuck out of there. Get out of there. Right? So he listened. He got out of there. And I'm sure that he's happier now being removed from that toxic situation. So now the next phase is going to be, let's get him in a better connection, which is possible. The guys who I like working with, I won't take guys who, I won't say I won't take, but I don't like taking guys who have no experience with women. It's easy for me to get you from 1 to 2. It is damn near impossible to get you from 0 to 1. I can get you from 1 to 2. If you already can get some sort of attraction, we got enough. We can work with that. If you're like, I never had a date, I get no matches on dating apps, 30 years old, never had a kiss, I can't, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it. Until I can astral project into your body, I don't think I can help you. I don't think I can help you. There's so much psychological shit to unpack with someone like that. Like if it's like a teenager or something like that, all right, I can do that. Which I wouldn't work with a teenager anyway, obviously. But if it's like a young man, like I had clients like 22. But do you have a name for your stages? Mary, I'll share that with you in a coaching call. A 1 hour coaching call. The dial is workable, the switch not so much, right? 0 to 1, 1 to 2, yes. Because if you're already getting some results, I just gotta tweak some shit. I saw you on a day nap you see me on, beloved. Couldn't have been recent. I got them things shut down. Eventually, Lord knows I need it. Right. So, no problem, bro. Definitely give me an update about your situation too, Chief. I want to make sure, because the anxious avoidance situation is hard to get out of, so I'm glad to see that you called in. Especially being the avoidant side of the equation, that's rare. Normally, the anxious people are the ones that call in. So, yeah. You're pretty much the only dating coach I listen to. Your philosophy is different. Appreciate you, love. Appreciate you. We're trying to make it work. Trying to, lift the people up and get them some better results. You feel me? What was I talking about? What do you mean 0 to 1? 0 meaning like the guy has no results. Like he's never went on a date. Doesn't have any experience. That's hard. And the older he is in that situation, the harder it becomes. There's normally a lot of shame, which is the lowest emotion that we can feel. Why do anxious people always tend to blame avoidance for all their relationship issues? Because there is things to blame, right? They just don't see themselves in the situation. But their complaints are very real. The thing you said about static versus dynamic, it's life-changing, right? Yeah, if y'all start putting yourself in those static environments, y'all will definitely get dating results. Every woman who's done that in the live who has come back and said the shit works. All of them. You're very good. I listen to other dating coaches and your style is so different. I appreciate you, Diana. Gigi, yeah, Gigi, we know you're getting results out there. Every woman who's taken the static environment thing has gotten some sort of results. They'll come back and say, I got approached. I'm telling you, that's the way. My reputation's on the line, people. I'm not telling y'all nothing wrong. 100, the last 3 people I dated with static environments, right? That's how you do it. That's how you do it. The apps aren't the way. The bars aren't the way. The clubs aren't the way. Brunch isn't the way. You start taking a more community-focused approach to dating. It will definitely, you'll definitely see a shift. You'll definitely see a change. Assuming you looking good. Now, if you let yourself go a little bit, your mileage may vary. Okay? Your mileage weight may vary. So you might want to go ahead and get the Pilates. You know what I'm talking about? Get the Pilates going on. Join a run club. Order a faja. Do what you gotta do. Gotta always order the special with a hot chocolate. She's quoting Alicia Keys. Why did you do that randomly? Why did you just randomly quote Alicia Keys? That's the kind of sense of humor I like. That unexpected shit. That was such a niche like comment to make. I'll put my waist trainer on to hit the static environment, right? Wearing a faja is not catfish. It absolutely is. I told y'all the time I went on a date with a woman and she had that shit on, that shapewear, and I was getting handsy. And I was like, shit was getting real rough around the midsection. I said, well, this is a bullet. Are you 50 Cent? Are you Curtis Jackson? Like an episode of Scooby-Doo, you take off the mask. Curtis! You were Curtis Jackson this whole time. You got the spinning medallion and everything. Like, why is it so rough up under there? You look very soft, but it got real firm all of a sudden. What's going on? Have you ever helped a woman put one on? Nope. That's my only one experience with that. Can't do this, love. You out here dressed like Batman. I can't do that. All right. Can't do that. I have the craziest questions sometimes. Right. What are the last minute questions we got, people, before I hop off? Before I hop off. Did you go to school for this or just experience-based knowledge? Did not go to school for it. It's surprising, isn't it? Did not. Your favorite book ever? I don't really have favorites in anything, to be honest with you. But the books that I've read the most so far will be the Bible. Not to give you like a cliche answer. What is like a really good book? Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at my library real quick. I got like a digital library. Kind of outgrown like a lot of the books that I normally would name. Just thinking on like a whole different level now. Like even these, I'm looking at books right now that I normally would recommend. I'm like, I don't even really want to recommend that anymore. I will say one book that impacted me a lot was The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. He's like a billionaire investor. And he's very Wise. I like wisdom. How do you keep the honeymoon phase going? You can't. You can't keep the honeymoon phase going. It's not how it works. I thought I let my dog back in. Apparently he's still outside. Think I'm going to call in tomorrow? You can call in tomorrow, or you can get your 1 hour coaching call. Yeah, for all you people out there that are too shy to call in, you know, you don't want to call in, you're a little shy. You don't want your situationship to see you on live talking about him or talking about her. Things are a little too sensitive. Coach call. Second time that book has been brought up this week. Who else brought up that book? That's normally like a deep cut. I don't see people bringing up that book. Yeah, I don't see people bringing that one up. Nope. My algorithm is different. You must be like intellectual type vibes, intellectual type beat. If your content is showing you the Almanac and Naval Rabbit content, like, yeah, you definitely want some different type of timing. What type of dog do you have? I have a golden doodle. And not the hypoallergenic kind. He sheds. I keep his hair short. I'm really looking through my library. I'm like, I've outgrown all these shits. That's crazy. A couple of authors that I like. Will Durant. If you want to learn anything about history, Will Durant is like the guy. The Godfather. He has a series on like the story of civilization. And it's like all of the entire story of civilization. Trying to see if there's another one. There's some books where I'm like, what was I thinking? Like Mel Robbins? Who the fuck is reading Mel Robbins? I saw she has a book called Let Them. I'm like, read the book, Let Them Theory. It's like, why do you need to read that? It's in the name. The whole book is just Let Them. You don't need a book for that. Women love male. It's just a bunch of gobbledygook, man. It's not anything that has real substance to it. The good books are not the popular ones. They're not the popular. If it's popular, what you want, like people like to read new books because of recency bias. So when things are new, people think that they're more valuable because it's new. It's not how it works. You want something that is lindy. Lindy means it has stood the test of time. If something has stood, her book did well though, because she's good at marketing, not because her book is good. She's good at marketing. Lindy effect means the longer something is relevant, the longer it will be relevant. So you take something like the Bible or the Quran, right? Quran. Is that how you pronounce it? Those books have been relevant for thousands of years. So if it's been relevant for that long, it's going to continue to be relevant for that long. You want books that have stood the test of time. Older books, not new books. New books are mostly bullshit. Mostly bullshit. You're not really learning anything. Because the person that wrote the book it's just a business card for them. These motherfuckers like Mel Robbins, they're writing books to become a New York Times bestselling author. And it's also like a business card. When you write a book, you can then go and do public speeches. You can go on the public speaking circuit because they can introduce you as New York Times bestselling author, blah, right? Their goal is not to teach you something incredibly valuable. Their goal is to advance their career. Older books before the New York Times, those are the books to read because those books were written with the intention of really teaching something. Even books written by academics, if you read them and you're like, why is this so dense? Why is this so hard to read? Do you think they couldn't simplify the language? They could. They chose not to because they want to signal to people in their industry that they're very smart. So they write it in a very like dense way. People are fucking stupid, man. So Seeking Wisdom is also a good one by Peter Bevlin. It's a high signal book. The New Grift, right? Yeah, strategic. Exactly right, Daisy. Like if I write a book, just to get on podcast. It's like people like write a book. I'm like, well, it'd probably be just to get on podcast, to be honest with you. I probably will bullshit a book just to get on podcast so I can interview. It ain't gonna be. The live that I do in the coaching is where I'll bleed out. I bleed out on these lives. I give y'all as much value as possible. I would do the same thing with like my clients. But a book is like, oh, let me write this shit just so I can say I have a book, and it just becomes marketing. A book raises your authority. Exactly. Guys treat you how they feel about you, right? That's mostly accurate. They got me hyper fixating on books. I'm trying to find like other good book recommendations to give you. I told guys to read My Secret Garden, right? About the sexual nature of women. I've already recommended like David Rico, How to Be an Adult in Relationships, and his other book, How to Be an Adult. Really like David Rico. If you're struggling with boundaries, there's a book called Boundaries you can read. It's not that great, but you'll learn more about boundaries, I guess. Attached. Didn't really care for it. You want to be more charismatic? Read Compelling People. Is that all I want to share? Letting Go is a good one. I always recommend that one. I'm gonna have to clean these things. I don't fuck with any of these books anymore. I have to clean this out. Gorilla Mindset is a good one for my guys out there. Mike Cernovich is an OG in the manosphere. So Gorilla Mindset is good. This is general advice for men that ranges from like just personal development to like women. 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem, high signal book. If you have self-esteem issues, it should be required reading that you read the 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. Reading the 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem will naturally help you like raise up the ranks of the 4 stages that I was talking about. What is The Secret Garden about? Women's sexual fantasies. Art of Seduction, mostly bullshit. He hasn't experienced it. Look at the guy who wrote The Art of Seduction. Tell me, does he look seductive? Does he look like he applies what he's trying to teach you? It's a cool read, but you'll get more value from listening to this live. 48 Laws of Power, again, it's a nonsense book. People would disagree with that, but it's like, who do you know is like, I'm successful because I read the 48 Laws of Power. Everyone who reads that fucking book has no power. You ever consider that? Everyone a bunch of motherfuckers who went in prison read the 48 Laws of Power. There's a Benjamin, I was in jail and I was locked up. I read the 48 Laws of Power. Nigga, you ain't got no, your elbows is ashy. You don't have any power. What did you read it for? What did you read it for? What did we learn? "48 Laws of Power" is one of those books that makes idiots feel intelligent. I stand 10 toes down on that. It's to make dumb people feel smart. I've never saw like a really intelligent person be like, 48 Laws of Power, bro, I recommend it. Never seen it. And I've read it, so I'm not saying if you read it, you're like that. I mean, like, if it's like your book, that's like your book. Letting that chopper sing. Absolutely, that shit is annoying, bro, because people recommend it all the time. I'm like, that shit, no, that ain't it. That ain't it. I read this as like a teenager, fresh out of high school. I got weird after I read it because I was like, people are trying to take advantage of me. They're trying to get over on me. I must never outshine the master. And he copied all the concepts from The Art of War. I don't think it's a good book, not new info. He knows what he's doing as far as writing. Like, the author is a good writer. He's a good writer. He knows what he's doing. Thomas Sowell, Basic Economics. If you want to understand economics, it's an important thing to understand. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Agree to disagree on that. It's just a book about like having values. Psycho-Cybernetics is heat though. The Laws of Human Nature is his best book, Serenity. I agree with that. But Psycho-Cybernetics is good. And I don't know why I'm hyper fixating on this. Somebody asked a question, and I am passionate about books, so I apologize. But I'm almost done. Almost done. Spiral Dynamics, not necessarily a book, just as a concept, is very interesting to learn. I couldn't finish the Cybernetics book. Why not? Just have AI give you a summary. That's how I'll use AI. I'll interview the author of the book. I'll ask them questions I can't ask them. The Book of Proverbs, facts. Four Agreements, it's cool. The One Thing, High Signal book, very good. And why do I have a book called White Guilt? What did I even download that for? I think that's it. That's all for right now. The rest of these, if you're trying to build a personal brand, Contagious is a good one. The Way of the Superior Man, High Signal. How to fail at almost everything and still win big is a good one for career. And Still Like an Artist is a good one for creativity. Okay, that's it. That's it. Do I have any kind of last minute questions before I get off? Last minute questions? Or the 4 stages? It's too late for the 4 stages. I'll talk about it again tomorrow at noon. It's too long of a conversation. Too long. Principles by Ray Dalio. Also, I still have my books up. I'm sorry. Still have my books up. But I have like a whole book on eye contact, believe it or not. That was an interesting one. You want to know a super hack for development? Principles. It's just called Principles. For development, if you know your Myers-Briggs style, like I'm an ENTP, right? So know your Myers-Briggs style and then read biographies of people who share that same Myers-Briggs style. Because that means that you think similarly and you can kind of see how they've navigated their life. Someone who thinks like you is probably going to have the same kind of issues that you have. Atlas of the Heart, what is that about, Dan? I never heard of it. Never heard of it. Okay, people. Last call for anyone who wants the 1 hour coaching call. Shoot me a DM. I'll be in touch. I'm about to get off though. If you're new here, make sure to follow. I'll go live again tomorrow at noon. Take a look if you need some emotional literacy. I'll check it out, bro. I'll be live again tomorrow at noon. So if I didn't get to your question today, I will get to it then. Appreciate the mods. Appreciate the chat. I will see you all tomorrow. Y'all take care. YouTube, same for y'all.